Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Right now at 10, a Connecticut state trooper suspended after a person alleges wrongdoing. The allegations that trooper's facing tonight.
And from grocery prices to your credit card balance, all Americans will be impacted today with an interest rate hike by the feds. We'll talk to a finance professor about what this means for a possible recession.
And New Haven police looking to hire more officers. What you should know if you're looking to join the Elm City force. But we do begin with breaking news in Danbury. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Yeah, let's get right out to the scene live with Fox 61's Gabby Molina. She has the very latest, speaking with officers just moments ago. Gabby.
Ben, Sarah, some devastating news out of Danbury tonight. Police say that they found 3 children dead inside of a home. A woman found dead in a shed outside of that home. All of this happening this evening on Whaley Street. I'll step out of the way so you can see that it's still a very active scene here. Police say that they were first called to this area around 6:30 tonight for a welfare check. They said that a man called police. He sounded very distraught. When police got here, that's when they found the 3 children who police say range in ages from 5 to 12 years old. Police said again that they did find an adult woman outside in a shed. Now at this point, police say that they do believe that this was an isolated incident. There's no danger to the public. And of course, this investigation still in the very, very early stages. We did just hear from Danbury's police chief a few moments ago. Here's what he had to say.
It's very tough on the families and certainly for the officers who responded, and we're ensuring that everyone gets the proper services that they need to cope with this from our officers with our services that are available, but we also had mobile crisis here for family members.
A very, very difficult situation here tonight. Now, none of the people that were found dead at this home have been identified. And again, this all happening on Whaley Street in the city of Danbury. We're going to continue to follow this. Any new details that we get on what happened here, we'll be sure to pass them along to you on air, online, and on the Fox 61 News app. Live in Danbury, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.
All right, thank you, Gabby. Yeah, difficult story there tonight. Well, a state trooper is suspended pending an investigation into a sexual assault claim. Police responded to a call at a home on Oldfield Road early this morning. Police say a person at that home made sexual assault allegations against Jose Campos. An investigation into those allegations against Campos is underway. He's since been suspended pending the outcome of their investigation.
Another state trooper suspended after a car accident in Brookfield. Police say Officer Catherine Copel was driving her cruiser on Route 7 northbound Sunday night when she rear-ended a car in front of her. Still unclear tonight if Copel was on duty at the time of that accident. Police haven't given a reason why Copel was suspended following the accident. An investigation is now underway.
A hiker is rescued after an incident in Killingly. First responders say the man was trapped on the inside of an area known as Chimney at Ross's Cliffs. First responders found the man on the side of the cliff about 150 feet, that is, off the ground. They say the rescue was incredibly complex. You can see there, judging by the pictures. The hiker was sent to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Getting to the weather watch here tonight, Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us as the heat and humidity is coming back.
Yeah, it was a wonderful Wednesday, though, Rachel.
Oh, it was so beautiful. Really enjoying that low humidity while it lasts because it is back as early as later tonight and definitely by tomorrow. We do have a couple chances for showers in the next couple of days, though, which is some good news. The problem is it'll be hit or miss in nature. So some towns will get a nice tropical downpour and others may stay mostly dry or entirely dry, just depending on where you live. It's like rain roulette. On Thursday, there will be 2 opportunities for a shower or thunderstorm, one in the morning, then another one later in the day and at night. And on Friday, there could be a few evening showers scattered about, not a drought buster. After that, we are going to be dry straight through the weekend and into early next week when we heat things up. Taking a look at the satellite and radar, this is where the humidity is coming from, and you'll see the showers associated with it moving through Pennsylvania. Temperatures tonight not going to be as comfy as they were last night into this morning. Overnight lows right around 70 degrees. And heading through the day tomorrow, it turns very warm and humid with high temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 80s as we head through the afternoon. Again, most of the day is dry with that chance for a couple showers, especially early and then later in the day. We're going to talk more about the heat on the way as we head into next week, your full forecast, and a closer look at the weekend, too, coming up.
Rachel, thank you. Well, stocks gaining steam into the close of trading today. The Dow gaining 436 points. The S&P tacked on 102. The NASDAQ added 469 and change. The Federal Reserve raising the interest rate by 0.75% to try and slow down high inflation. If you have a credit card, debt, or you're looking maybe to buy a car, this impacts you tonight. But long term, it'll impact how much you pay at the grocery store as well. Fox 61's Tony Black joining us live in studio with a look at what this means for consumers. Tony?
Yeah, Ben, inflation last month in June jumped more than 9%, which has not been seen since the 1980s. The Federal Reserve is increasing the interest rate yet again with the hopes of slowing down the economy. So what does this mean for you?
Yeah, I used to get like 12 to 13 items in Walmart for $100. Now it's like 8 to 9.
The high price to purchase has taken a dip in people's wallets. Food is more expensive, gas, and just about everything else at the store. The Federal Reserve is trying to slow the economy by raising the interest rate 0.75%.
We have an inflation problem. It's been about a year, little more than a year actually.
Osman Killage is a finance professor at Quinnipiac University. He says the purchasing power of your dollar has gone down as inflation goes up. Raising the interest rate will raise the value of the dollar, so demand will decline. Prices go up when there's more demand than there is supply.
So when the demand declines, inflation level, if the supply stays the same, should come down.
How does this impact you? If you have a credit card, your rate will go up. If you have an auto loan or a mortgage that isn't a set rate, same thing. Looking to borrow money to buy a car? Now may not be the best time.
I haven't been affected yet because I don't have a car and I don't own a home here. But I'm planning to buy a car, and this is not the right time to buy a car because of the interest rates.
By raising the borrowing rate, it costs more to take out a loan, and people will likely do it less and slow inflation. He says this is a necessary decision to slow the economy, but Killage says too slow of growth could lead to a recession. The professor recommends people save instead of spend during the slow growth period. And if you're wondering if the higher interest rate will make you more money at the bank, it won't make much of a difference.
Some banks pay 1.5, 1.7% interest. Inflation is 9%.
And I asked the professor, when will this impact be felt, let's say at the grocery store? The answer, unfortunately, not tomorrow, but instead 6 to 9 months. He says there is a possibility the Feds increase that interest rate yet again within the year. That'll be determined by economic growth and employment. In the studio, Tony Black, Fox 61 News.
All right, thank you, Tony. A Wolcott bus yard has once again become a target of thieves stealing catalytic converters out of those buses. The local police department there says they will now pay even closer attention to the lot moving forward. Early Tuesday, the same 7 minibuses that had their catalytic converters stolen last month were hit again at the All-Star Transportation lot. Right after this theft, 3 other vehicles nearby had converters stolen, including 2 at the Wolcott Inn and Suites.
We came out to run some errands for the day, and when we got in the truck, we started. It was really loud. I looked underneath to see why it was so loud, and my converters were missing on my truck.
A new state law took effect July 1st. It's meant to discourage this trend by requiring those in the scrap metal business to take multiple steps in documenting any sales to prove the seller is the actual owner. According to Albert Brothers Recyclers in Waterbury, before they stopped taking in catalytic converters this month, they paid customers anywhere from $15 to $65 per converter.
New Haven Police Department's looking for new officers to join the force as the department's down dozens of officers.
Fox 61's Alicia Machado explains how they're bringing recruitment efforts into the community. Alicia, what are they doing?
Yeah, well, in recent weeks, community members have raised their voices asking for a police department that looks more representative of the community. Today, New Haven police officers went into neighborhoods looking for new recruits. Door to door, with flyers in hand.
How you doing, ma'am? New Haven Police.
To find new recruits.
We want people from the city to represent our police department because our police department represents the community.
New Haven Police Department will start recruitment August 1st. Assistant Chief Bertram Etienne says the department is down about 90 officers and hoping to recruit some locals from area neighborhoods as they build the department.
When you come from the community, you come back out here with that badge and people recognize you. That's a wall that's no longer there. People can talk to you, people can relate to you because it's a familiar face. So we want those faces a part of our police department.
Etienne, along with Ward 20 Alder Devin Avshalom Smith and several officers were out canvassing neighborhoods, including New Hallville, to encourage residents to apply to be police officers.
So many community conversations around policing revolve around the fact that community members want to know the officers that are serving them and know that those officers are familiar with the community dynamics.
In recent weeks, community members have called for more people of color in leadership roles within the department. Newly appointed Police Chief Carl Jacobson has 2 new assistant chiefs working under him, one of which is Etienne. 20 recruits were also added to the force at the beginning of the month after graduating from New Haven Police Academy. The recruitment process is set to begin on August 1st. We're live in New Haven tonight. Alicia Machado, Fox 61 News.